Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Hey, before the video even continue, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the Notification Gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Alright, so as we all know, there was a tragedy that happened in Parkland, the Parkland school shooting on, I believe it was on February 14th, Valentine's Day. A lot of things happen on Valentine's Day. Anyway, so on this particular day when the shooting happened, they had deputies, sheriff's deputies that did not go into the building. And we're not talking about just any old sheriff's deputies. We're talking about the sheriff's deputies from that specific county. They stayed outside. They did not go in the building. I don't know if they were scared or whatever the case was, but at the end of the day, if you're a sheriff's deputy, that's kind of your job. One of the gentlemen has already been reported. I don't have his name handy right now. I apologize about that. But one of the gentlemen, he was going to be fired. And instead of being fired, he decided to retire so he could collect his pension. The other gentleman, I believe, was put on I think they suspended him without pay, I believe. So basically what happened was the Broward County, because that's where this happened at, the Broward County Sheriff's deputies, they were outside of the building. And when I believe Spring Hill or something like that, when those deputies showed up, when those officers showed up and they went into the building, some of the Broward County Sheriff's deputies went in, while others just stayed outside behind cars hiding. This is crazy because these are the same people that when they shoot a person of color, they're going to say they shot him because they feared for their life. But now they fear for their life and they don't go shoot that individual and they don't search that individual out to shoot him. And you don't tell me that's because the other individual is far away, because you had the one guy that shot the guy. You had the one officer that shot the guy that was running away and shot him in the back and killed him. I can't remember if he got off or not. I think he actually didn't get off. He actually got convicted. But, that's just what the excuse that they use. Oh, I was scared. I had to shoot him, even though the person is unarmed. So now this is a situation where you had an armed assailant in the school shooting up children, and the sheriff's deputies refused to enter and do their job to keep the public safe. Anyway, so right here it says, Parkland school shooting. Authorities investigate deputies who stayed outside. The Broward County Sheriff's Office is investigating why 3 of its deputies apparently remained outside the Florida high school where 17 people were killed this month, Sheriff Scott Israel said Sunday. 2 law enforcement sources told NBC News that the deputies didn't enter Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland during one of the nation's deadliest shootings on Feb 14th. Israel told NBC News on Sunday that the Department Internal Affairs Division was trying to determine whether they stayed outside when they shouldn't have. Now, first of all, of course, they should not have stayed outside for multiple different reasons. One of the number one reasons why they shouldn't have stayed outside is because there was somebody inside the school shooting. They should have been inside the school trying to prevent that individual from shooting more people than he had already shot by the time that they got to the building. So no, they shouldn't have been outside the building. Obviously, they should have been inside the building trying to do the job that the taxpayers are paying them to do. The acknowledgement came 3 days after Israel announced the resignation of another deputy, Scott Peterson. Scott Peterson is the individual that I was trying to remember name earlier, who's been assigned to the high school, but remained outside during the shooting, and as the sheriff's response to the shooting came under increasing scrutiny. Okay, so basically this is what happened. This is just me putting 2 and 2 together. Scott Peterson, upon hearing that he was going to get fired because he was assigned to the school, like that was his job. On school days, he goes to the school. He's the deputy he's basically the highest ranking law official at the school because he's the deputy at the school, correct? I'm not sure if there's another deputy with him, but right now we're just going to say at least us knowing he's a high ranking deputy at the school. This is done. So when he finds out that he's about to get fired, he resigns. Why does he take the resignation? Because he doesn't want to lose his pension. So that means that he had to have put enough years in to get a pension. So this individual, Scott Peterson, he's not a young buck. He's an older guy. He was at the end of his career. And they were putting him at the school because, we don't want to have him, somewhere where, he's done his time. Better way to put it. He's done his time. He's did all of the whatever that, you know what I'm saying, and he has seniority, so we're gonna let him do his last couple of years at a school where they probably didn't think anything was gonna happen. Well, nothing should have happened. Let's just get that clear. Nothing should have happened to this degree, at least. Kids fight or whatever the case is, but this right here, this is just something else. So he decided to resign. Basically, they put somebody at the school that they didn't think was capable of doing normal police work. So, is it his fault he didn't go inside? I think it is, because he should have went inside anyway. Or should they acknowledge we didn't think that he was capable of still doing police work, so we gave him an easy gig? Governor Rick Scott asked Governor Rick Scott asked the state's law enforcement agency to investigate that response on Sunday. Meanwhile, in a letter signed by 73 state lawmakers and released Sunday, Florida House Speaker Richard Corcoran asked Scott, a Republican, to suspend Israel, a Democrat, immediately over the department's alleged failures to appropriately handle repeated warning signs from the man who was charged with the shooting, Nicholas Cruz, 19. Now, for everybody that doesn't know, there has been numerous calls to the police or to the sheriff's office on the shooter, Nicholas Cruz. Numerous calls on him and his family. The fact that he did this is a surprise to no one. No one at the school, no one in their community. There's been numerous calls and numerous reasons why they had to deal with this particular individual, as far as them being law enforcement and them having to show up to either prevent injury or to calm down the situation that this individual was involved in. Now, with that being said, I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but I'm telling you right now, if that individual was black, they would have took him in, arrested him a couple of times, and this probably wouldn't have happened. And also, with that being said, if they would have, this is why why I believe that they can be held to a certain bit of liability. If they would have went through court proceedings a couple of times with some of the things that happened, maybe he wouldn't have been able to buy that gun. Maybe he wouldn't have been able to purchase it. Maybe a red flag would have went up when he would have tried to purchase it, and they would have said, we can't sell this to you. So yes, I do believe that sheriff's office should also be held for a certain accountability. I don't think that anybody should be able to sue them. I don't think necessarily that this individual should be suspended or removed from his job. But this definitely needs, at least currently, I don't have enough information, and it's definitely something that they need to look into further. Anyway, link is going to be in the description. You can check out the rest of the article for yourself. Look, man, this is just crazy. That any of this is happening is crazy. That this is like the 19th school shooting, and we're not even 3 months into the freaking the year, is crazy. But this is what happens when our government is ran the way that it's ran. It's just total anarchy everywhere. Anyway, leave the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Yo, look, I love y'all. Take care of each other. And please, if you see that your child is struggling with life, don't say, oh, it's all your issue. It's all your fault. Step in, give assistance. And I'm not talking about tough love. Tough love should be the last thing you should ever try to do when raising your child. Give them some real love. Push them positively. That's all I got on this one. I love y'all. Take care of each other. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.